reception because I'm not an office hottie. So, well, thank you so much for having me here today. You guys sure know how to put on an event. I just want to make that really clear. You know, having the opportunity to be here today is really the opportunity to understand what I thought I already knew. Having worked with meeting planners and associations, I was sure I understood what was going on with you. But then I sat in on sessions today and I learned all this stuff about creating the magic from Disney, or how to negotiate the legal challenges, or how to leverage things like attrition. It's all about change here. And I was thinking, well, you know, what cataclysmic change can I call upon in my own life to think about for this organization today? Well, I thought, here it is, very simply, my son when he was 4. My son Andrew was the only child in the Michelli household for 4 whole years of his life. And then an administrative change at the top level happened. The CEO and the CFO said, we are going to change the way the front line executes. Did anyone consult Andrew? Oh, no. We did do a little stress inoculation, though. We gave him a little baby doll to carry around, and when Nora was pregnant and he would throw that doll against the wall, we'd say, this is not the behavior we're going to be looking for. Oh, Fiona was born. We thought he was so ready, but he wasn't. Fiona came home, and Andrew struggled, and my did he struggle. And the thing that he struggled most with was his ability to sleep through the night. He finally mastered that skill, and now with Fiona, with the 2 o'clock feedings, Andrew is sneaking into the room as best a 4-year-old can sneak. Now, in the middle of a crisis time like that, when no one's getting any sleep, what do men do? Yeah, someone said leave. That's good, yeah. Someone said sleep. That's all right. Or at least we act like we're sleeping. I left. I definitely left. I was keynoting at the National Finals Rodeo for the Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association in Las Vegas, Nevada. So in the middle of this crisis time, I left. Now, I didn't leave to gamble in Vegas because living in my house is a big enough gamble. I went to Vegas and keynoted at this National Finals Rodeo. Imagine this, a psychologist at a rodeo convention. There's a fit for you. I think anybody who gets on a bull is mentally ill, okay? And they didn't understand the cut of my suit either. It was very confusing. Before I left, though, I had the man in the house discussion. I said, Andrew, can you be the man of the house? And he was pumped. 4-year-old Andrew, I said, can you give your mom some precious sleep? He was ready. I flew from my hometown of Colorado Springs, Colorado, there to Las Vegas, and it was all great. And I come back, and it's a Norman Rockwell scene in the airport in Colorado Springs. There is my wife with babe Fiona in arms, and my 4-year-old son, so proud of his ability to deal with change, yelling at the top of his lungs, great news, Dad, no one slept with Mom while you were gone. So how do you explain to 200 people in a crowded airport terminal? It's not what they think. At least you hope it's not what they're thinking. From Andrew's lips to your ears today, we're going to talk about change today. I don't know the exact changes of your industry. I really try to get a feel for it out there, but man, oh man, change is hitting everybody. I read this the other day, and I really think it is the essence of what is going on in change today. Too much is going on. The world is too big for us. Advancements are happening at staggering paces. The excitement is there. We are just being crushed under it. Humanity can't take much more. In the reality, this was written in the Atlantic Journal in 1833. Humanity has been dealing with change for a long, long time, and some people have leveraged it to their advantage in this industry and others, and some have not. I really got a sense of this in working with Johnny Yokoyama at the world-famous Pike Place Fish Market. I know you all have had Johnny out throwing fish. Johnny's from a place where there's a tiny 1,200 square foot retail space called the Pike Place Fish Market above Elliott Bay in Seattle, Washington. And there he and his fishmongers throw fish and entertain customers. 1,200 square feet of retail space. And what have they done? They have created an experience around it. Johnny went from owning a store, barely making it, to nearly bankrupt as a result of going into the wholesale side of the fish business. He had a bad attitude and bad hair, and all of a sudden his business plummeted. Now, as a result of that, he had to create the experience. And I think the exciting thing is what Starbucks does, or what Johnny Yokoyama what so many great businesses do is what you do every day. He created the experience. And as a result of that now, Johnny Yokoyama makes $50,000 a keynote, which is as much as he lost in the first month of business as a wholesaler when he was so desperate that he went to his mother-in-law for a loan. Now, we can create experiences that have incredible value and add value to people's lives as we understand what experience do we want. For Johnny in the fish market was to be entertaining, draw people in, engage them in the experience, and maybe they'll buy fish along the way. For another place just down the street a block, it was a different experience that they sought. A block away from the world-famous Pike Place Fish Market is the first Starbucks store. I just can't get out of that block. I wrote a book with Johnny. Now I write a book about Starbucks. This little fish market inspired this little coffee shop. This little coffee shop is now opening 6 new stores a day. That's a store every 4 hours somewhere on the globe. How did they do it? What did they do? They took the most ordinary product, coffee which has been with us since before we had fire to brew it. Our prehistoric, if anybody remembers this, just fill in the blanks, but basically back in the old days,